All they lacked was belief. Belief that they could get the job done. Belief that they could fight the Whispered One. The culmination of The Legend of Vox Machina Season 4 has just happened, and we cannot believe what has happened. Join us for our review of episodes 10, 11, and 12 of The Legend of Vox Machina Season 4. We'll see you on the other side. What's happening, troops? Welcome back to the finale of the Legend of Vox Machina Season 4 review with your moderately favourite people, the Withmates podcast. I am your DM, your host for this evening, Josef Boone. Joining me today around my table of fun, he is not the Whispered One, more the Google Sheets one. He loves his spreadsheets. He's the domain of organization. It is Craig Andrew Mooney.
You got there.
Hello, Craig. How you doing?
You got there in the end. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Craig. I'd like to hear that you're proud of me. It means a lot.
That was more laboured than my Toy Story gag in the other pod.
Joseph, I don't know if you've heard that gag yet. That was one of the worst that he's done.
I've been melting down in the heat in Chester the past couple of days, so I've not listened to the Toy Story review that is up live now on the Withmates pod that you can go check out. There's a snake in Paul's boots, I presume.
That's not my boots. What?
And speaking of the man who has his cutting words are not just a reaction but a bonus and main action. It's Polysmack Paul Stirrett. He joins us today, not from that dank and dreary cell that we left him in last time.
It's the conclusion.
No. Paul, you wake up. A monolith looms above you. The sky is overcast with storms, lightning crackling across the sky. Gargantuan, impossibly large chains anchor this tower to the ground. The air feels different, you know it in your bones. This is not the same plane that you left before. What would you like to do?
I would like to say the unholy smack prayer to a monolith.
Please recite to me the unholy smack prayer.
Oh, Smackadeus from Undeadus, Polly smacketh, come from under, from all that is evil, to smack those he would smite against those who are just, and smack them right, smack them in a way that will cause them blight. Smack, smack, smack.
Your words echo through this bleak landscape with the chains reverberating around you. Please, make me a religion check, Paul.
No, Paul.
As religion is belief and faith-based, I'm going to place my belief in, very foolishly, in Craig Andrew Mooney. Mooney, what do I roll?
It's a nat 20, baby! It's a nat 20.
Paul, you look up. Look at the monolith. It's bleak. Hardened exterior, this shale, obsidian-like texture. Before runes appear all over it. The ground quakes. A sonorous, dolorous noise erupting from the ground. You cover your ears, but you realize it speaks to you. You look up. The monolith splits open. There, written in the most original of languages. You can read it, Paul. You can read the writing. It says, "Welcome to the With Mates podcast."
It's amazing. It's amazing as always.
There we go.
What an
Welcome to the With Mates podcast.
epic
Thank you very
conclusion.
much. Thank you, Paul, for playing this adventure. You have fallen right into my trap. It circles back round to the culmination of the With Mates podcast many, many years ago. You started it all, Paul. Well done.
It was him.
Thank you.
That is the adventure over, Polly Smack. We will never know what happens to you. But actually, Paul, we might know what happens to you in this dirge plane of strange confusion. In 11 months' time, when The Legend of Vox Machina returns. But right now, all we've got to speak about, boys, is the conclusion to Season 4, the finale to Season 4. And as I've done so every single episode so far, I ask you for your non-spoiler reviews so far. This is the point where we're giving our non-spoiler reviews. If you've not watched it, please go away. Go away now. Run for the high hills. You've had 3 days already to watch these episodes. Go watch them. Then you're going to come back once you've watched episodes 10, 11, and 12 of The Legend of Vox Machina Season 4. Please fucking do it. And then you're going to listen to us talk about it for at least an hour, depending on what I do in the edit tomorrow once I've had at least 8 hours sleep. Anyway, Craig, we're going to come to you first. 30 seconds on the clock. Give us your non-spoiler reviews of these last 3 episodes. 3, a 2, a 1, go.
This week I will not need 30 seconds. This week I will need but 10 or 15 to say the best 3 episodes of an animated show I've ever fucking watched.
Magnifique. Curt, concise and to the point, Craig. I love it. Can Paul do the same? Paul, your 30 seconds starts now.
Oh, these were fucking, lovely episodes. There was emotional turmoil, there was deception, there was people turning on each other, there was things happening, and all this happening in a plane of existence that felt ethereal and wonderful to be a part of. I felt happy to be on this journey with them. I thought these were wonderful episodes. I was very intrigued, and more intrigued by the ending.
More intrigued by the ending. These two boys sound very, very positive. I, on the other hand, will join them right up there. These were 3 fucking fantastic episodes. There was... The only notes I have are minor nitpicks. It was riveting from start to finish. I had to watch this on a crowded train, and anything that was going on around me was completely blinkered because all I was focused on were these 3 episodes. And dear God, we know Andy Serkis can play a villain, but he does it so goddamn well.
Here, mate, is that an elf on your phone?
What? What?
Is Andrew on the train?
What? But this is not a bit. I don't know what he's doing, viewers. What?
I was portraying someone just like watching your phone from behind you, like, and be like, "Is that an elf
See,
on
I
your
got
phone?"
that
mate?
straight away, which says more about me than it does about him, to be honest. I understood the joke straight away, and that shows I've known him for far too long now. That's my conclusion to that.
I'm infected. I'm seeping into your minds.
And before Paul also seeps his way into your minds, please do let us know what you have thought about these 3 episodes down in the comments below. And at this point, you don't need to keep it, spoiler savvy. You can start talking about things all about the season up to this point at Critical Role. Do not spoil things for the what we perceive to be the last arc of the campaign. I believe from like episode 102 onwards. Please do let me know what you have thought of so far. How have you enjoyed our reactions to it as well? Let us all know down in the comments below, or fire us a DM on Instagram, TikTok, send a smoke signal up into the sky. We will reply. Now, we are in heavy spoiler territory, ladies and gentlemen. Spoiler territory, so heavy, in fact, it could ascend a god. And we're going to talk about that. We are going to go into episode 10 of Critical Role Season 4. We pick up immediately where we left off with the poisoned ear. Episode 10, Grog has been presumably killed. Mm-hmm. Pike has been lost into the realm of Thar Amphala. And Vox Machina need to figure out where they are going. Top thoughts of the episode, boys. Paul, we'll come to you first. Episode 10, how are we feeling about this? What were your highlights? What were we thinking going into this episode? And as it unfolded, give me your thoughts and feelings, please.
Oh, you know me, I'm always a fan of a poison chalice, Yeah, there's poison in there, but it's also like, it's a nice chalice. Yeah. I like this kind of stuff where, the hero needs to do something that is so set in their ways, but is suddenly tempted to do something we weren't expected. Maybe the opposite thing. Pike just had revenge set on her mind, and now suddenly someone she wasn't expecting to see is now twisting her ear, and she's actually listening to him. I really liked that. And then, but my eyes deceived me when I did doth see Grog laying there shattered in pieces, and I was like, no, this isn't right, because I know Josef Boone said he can't come back. He's explicitly said he's done, he's toast. So I'm like, I don't know if I trust this. I don't think Grog, I think it's an illusion. It's all an illusion. So that's how I was. My thoughts were at that time.
I see. And you wholeheartedly put 100% of your belief in me, Paul.
I did. I put another faith check.
You did. Maybe we shouldn't believe everything powerful figures say. Maybe it could lead to ruin. Craig, did you believe me?
Oh, I fucking hate you. I hate you. This is my biggest question, viewers and listeners. My biggest question about these 3 episodes was purely: did Josef lie to me? Did Josef know that this is what was going to happen? So this is a genuine question, Josef. Well, obviously we'll circle back to this, I'm sure, but the whole thing, everything that happens, did you know that this was going to happen this way, or did they fool Critical Role viewers as well with this double bluff?
They fooled me.
That's great.
They genuinely fooled me. I was like, hold on, things are not happening the way they did, and with the way these 3 episodes panned out, it still went along the same sort of route and direction. There's a couple of things that I was rather sad that they didn't have, but it's understandable why they didn't have them, because of external circumstances regarding Sam Riegel and his cancer treatment at the time. Because Scanlan, I believe, did go with them to Thar Amphala. That being said, all of that with Pike, I please correct me if I'm wrong, viewers. I cannot remember that happening in the episode. God damn!
I'm glad it did.
Holy shit!
I'm glad it did.
That was an amazing sort of like sequence. I'm still not 100% sold on the warbling of faith sort of stuff, because it's wrapped up in opinions I've got about following on campaigns of Critical Role. But as to brand new viewers to the series, we'll talk about Pike's arc. We'll talk about Pike's faith, the wavering of said faith, and falling victim to Gideon's, what would I call it? Persuasiveness. How did we feel about all of that?
His honeyed words.
His honey words. I really thought she was going to go, "You've got some good words. Too bad I don't read them." Would have been brilliant. Craig, for you, how do you feel about first of all, both questions to you both. Ashley Johnson's performance as Pike across this season, especially these 3 episodes, and how do you feel about this kind of like slight heel turn, the wavering the faith, the kind of like that convincing of allying herself with the Whispered One? Did it feel deserved? Did it feel earned narratively? Did it feel convincing for the character? And where do you think it's going into season 5?
It's a good question.
Great,
It's a
we'll
good
come to you
question.
first.
Firstly, performance outstanding. Give her a fucking Emmy. Like, come on. Like, recognize these shows, please. I mean, I couldn't go over how good it was. She's obviously, we know she's a great actor. We know she is, and voice actor. She is outstanding. And I was so happy to see her kind of, especially seeing as you said, Joseph, her character didn't have that integral role in this particular part of the story as it is in the show. Mm-hmm. To give her that, and the fact that she nailed it, and I imagine as impressed both Critical Role and new viewers alike with the way the story panned out and her performance and stuff. For me, the narrative actually did work. It did work, and I think it's one of the examples of what I was talking about before, which was I felt some episodes were kind of freak of the week, kind of one episode and done kind of arcs for characters, whereas this was not. I think this actually was quite a good season arc that was shown for that character, and I think it did make sense based on everything that's happened to her over the course of the season. It's going to break most people. It's going to make most people's faith waver. Even the most devout people are going to waver in the face of such loss and grief and things like that. And I think that where she started off in the season, it's been a year. As she said, it's been a year. No one's given her the time of day. It's all kind of just ended. She didn't know what to do next. That has all snowballed into what's happened now. And I think I was perfectly happy with the way it panned out in the arc and where it's going. I mean, I don't know. I was surprised at how, I know obviously forgiveness is important, all these kind of things, but I was surprised at how quickly Vox Machina welcomed her back into the fold with the hugs and stuff. I don't think that's going to last. I think there's going to be some emotional fallout from that.
Yes, considering how it ends.
Yeah.
I do not think that's going to last. We'll get to that point later. Paul, same sort of question for you. Any different opinions from Mooney a la Pike?
I've really liked Pike this season. Never exactly been the standout. Like, I've not disliked her. I think there's other characters of interest, but I've really liked her in this one. I like the whole fall from sort of faith kind of thing, being swayed by someone. Like, no matter what, I can't remember what episode. I think it might be the next episode, but she just like basically screams for the Elder Light to help her. Yeah. Like, look what's happening, please help me, and nothing. And she's like, that's what I thought, it's like now or never, come on, and then still nothing. So it's really great stuff. Remind me, what is her class?
She is a cleric. Now, clerics get their powers through faith, devoted to a particular domain of God.
Can clerics, like, do they become paladins or something, or?
Long answer, you can. Short answer, they don't become paladins through like wavering of faith or anything like that. You can become a paladin through multi-classing. The nerd in me really wants to point out that in older editions, to become a paladin, you had to be a cleric first, and then be a fighter, then be a bard. I think. Yeah. There's a lovely segment on the Stephen Colbert show, the Late Late Show with Stephen Colbert, where he is interviewing Joe Magnelio about something, and they bring up D&D and they mention it. Go watch. Just watch. He's a nerd. There's a lovely Red Nose Day one shot, or a Children in Need, some sort of one shot that Matt Mercer does with Stephen Colbert. It's brilliant. So anyway, Paul, no,
okay.
I don't think they're teeing her up to become a paladin.
But no, but my point was, whether it was a paladin or not, for whatever reason when I was watching this, I was like, oh, is she going to become like a corrupted paladin, or I guess in this case...
Like a dark champion?
A corrupted cleric, or like a dark...
And so, like, the word you're looking for, Paul... There's a specific type of paladin. A paladin who breaks their oath and is typically evil is known as an oath breaker. So that would be really cool.
And then
if they dipped some oath breaker stuff into Pike.
And then Aragorn summons them to fight for Gondor. Yeah. I remember.
Yes. Thank you, Paul. I'm glad you're seeing how it all comes together. For me, the whole Pike arc, I'm in two minds about it. From a series that me and millions of other fans hold near and dear to the heart, I know people will be like, I'm really not sure, because it's not following it exactly as it goes down. And as we delve more into fandom and we discuss it more and more on air and off air as a group of pals, including stuff like Marvel and Star Wars, I realize we can never have our cake and eat it too. We can never have things to go exactly as they used to go in written. The adaptation will always get in the way. And I think this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, I'm really hanging up the nitpicking hat and just I'm really glad they're telling the story they want to tell with Pike, because of how spotty Ashley Johnson's attendance to the campaign was, because she was filming a serialized show, so they couldn't do as much with her as they wanted to. And the fact they're getting to do this, the fact they're getting to do this, and they're clearly, in my eyes, teeing up stuff for later down the road, referencing the spin-offs like Calamity and fucking Divergence and shit like that. Fucking Xerxes. The fact they're teeing that stuff up with Pike and tying all these things together in such a neat way without the messiness of a 115 episode campaign is amazing. Yes, goodbye, Craig.
Thank you. This is my question regarding Xerxes and Calamity, because it's been a while since I watched it, so my memory is a bit fuzzy on it. So I'm hoping you can clear things up for me, Joseph.
Yes, spoilers for Calamity if you've not watched it.
Yes, please. Was the Whispered One the one who corrupted Xerxes, or was that someone else?
No, that was the god of the hells, Asmodeus.
Right. Yes, that name rings a bell. Now you said it. Yes. Okay.
The fact they've changed that is so goddamn dope. It's so goddamn dope. From an adaptation standpoint, love it. It does not by any way diminish the performance that Louise and Brennan have in that exchange. Like that has got to be two of the greatest moments I have seen at a role-playing table. One, Xerxes talking to Asmodeus under the influence of like the time stop, fucking gorgeous. There's that side of the scales. Then also core blimey farts natural 20. That's also up there.
Yes.
As like a glorious moment. If you know, you know.
Oh, I know.
It's fucking gorgeous. So Craig, they've changed it, and the fact that, as you probably know, viewers by now, we're just going to go all over the place with episodes 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to try and keep it on track, but we're going to jump about. So there we go. Enjoy. It's clear that I loved how they had the explanation from the Whispered One about how he's been pulling the strings.
Yes.
I love that. They've seeded it very well throughout the series. I also love the flashback in this episode, in episode 10. The animation was stunning. And I don't know how much of Calamity and Divergence and those spin-off ones you've watched, Craig.
Just Calamity.
Okay, coded time. Viewers who are Critical Role fans, are they insinuating what I think they're insinuating with the Whispered One's love interest. The reason he can't remember her, is she masked in some way? Is it to do with the ritual that was lost? Is that? I want to know.
I have a vague memory of this now.
My thoughts are thus. I think that character and the character that Gideon is talking about are one and the same. And I think there is a solid reason why. And I'm wondering if they are changing the old version of the Knight in Servitude to maybe be either non-existent or he's going to be the dude with the sword, if that makes sense. For those of you also who like Bo Selecta, come on, Cass. That's very coded. It was all over the place. Paul, goodbye, Paul. Please, you have a question there as I finish my madman scramblings.
What I was taking from that, are they doing a Bill Nye in Castlevania? Are they doing a Bill Nye, his character, in Castlevania?
I still watch Castlevania. That's on my list. I need to watch it.
I don't know yet, Paul. I don't know yet. They might be. They could very well be, but I don't know.
You see what I'm getting at, though?
And that is, yes, I know exactly what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Now that you've said that, Joseph, as well, though, I had a vague, kind of deja vu moment as well when that whole sequence, that flashback sequence was happening, and I thought, this sounds familiar, and I couldn't work out why, and I think that's why, because I think I now know what you're talking about. It
sounds
roughly
very fucking familiar.
Yeah.
It sounds so goddamn familiar. It's so good.
That's interesting. Okay.
That is all coded. I apologize if it's too coded for people who don't know.
That's a vampire thing, right? A familiar.
Not necessarily. It really depends on the. Shut up, Paul. Anyway, a couple of things about this episode. Last sort of things. I'm not mad Andy Serkis is the Whispered One. I'm not mad at all. I can clearly see he was going into Mark Hamill territory.
So did I. I heard Mark Hamill.
I was like, you fuckers couldn't get Mark Hamill. You fuckers couldn't get him, so you got Serkis to do it instead. I can respect that. But
I totally agree.
Gentlemen, I would like you to join me in giving Wayne Brady a round of applause. That man, goddamn, has played Tyrion fucking Darrington to a T.
I nearly welled up, man.
Craig,
I nearly welled up when he did that. I was like, oh.
He's clearly been he's been your standout character for this season. It's so clear to see that you have had such a soft spot for Tyrion Darrington. So please pop off. Talk to me about him.
It was like Puss in Boots and Shrek 2. All right, today I repay my debt. That's what it was like. All right, that's what that gave me. It gave me the same kind of feeling in here. All right, I loved it. It was a full kind of circle moment where he just comes to, yes, I am a member of Vox Machina now. I am a hero, and this is it. I'm gonna do my duty to y'all. It was great. What a character. Standout for the season for me is this introduction of this character, and I hope he continues on to the next season as well.
So solid. We will definitely see him again. I can fully agree. Paul, you've been similarly hot on TD as the series went on. Same feelings?
I've definitely, caught a bit of TD, and I think that bit at the end when they're all going through it, he's like just throws all the gems at the door. I'm pretty sure those things disintegrate things as well as create bubbles and and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, those people he was throwing them at, they're powerful enough, I'm sure.
They did the nice, jokey character gets that sincere heroic moment.
Mm-hmm.
They did that trope very well. It was, played out lovely in the campaign, but here I think it was stepped up to an emotional level that clearly made Craig almost cry like a little baby.
Damn right.
Maybe he'll shed some tears on camera at some point. But that moment, the moment when they ran up the ziggurat to fight their allies,
yeah, that was fun.
God damn, I was like, I don't remember this at all.
It makes sense.
What's going on?
It fits the characters.
Yeah,
it fits that's what they would do, and I respected that.
Yeah.
On both sides, and I thought, you know what, yeah, cool. And I thought the actual animation sequence for that fight was cool as fuck as well.
The animation, if they were holding back on animation through the entire series up until this point, we could not tell, but they have definitely blown the budget on these last 3 episodes. The color work alone should be studied. There's some sort of like grain to the episodes as well that just looks fantastic. We see Vox Machina run up the ziggurat. They jump through the portal underneath Whitestone. They try and hunt down Pike as she is being bewitched or wooed by the Whispered One, by Gideon, into giving over her celestial blood to help his ascension ritual. As the end begins, they jump in. Episode 11. Now, my thoughts on this episode. That is how you show paladin abilities. That's how you fucking do it.
So I was right.
Yes. Not for Pike.
No.
For Vax.
Yeah.
Okay.
The champion's armor, the seeing that, I think that's sort of like a divine sense. They've like stylized, fucking beautiful. Seeing the connection points where like the undead's lives were being held and how we could sever that. The strands of fate of the Matron of Ravens. Utterly gorgeous. There was so many lovely nods to the game of Dungeons and Dragons in this episode. That the power up going into Paladin, the fact that it's holy damage that can kill undead and stop them regenerating and coming back. The fact that Kiki at some point says, the rules say this only works on living animals, but you're undead. That is clearly a moment that anyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons but isn't familiar with Critical Role, that's clearly the moment where the player is begging the DM to go, can we bend the rules just a little bit so I can do the cool thing? This episode for me was like, this was a nerd's dream of how things come together. It's the penultimate moment before the climax of an arc of a campaign, and you could feel everyone chomping at the bit, in and out of character, through this episode. Now, the rules say that I shouldn't keep talking, so I'm going to throw it to my two lovely players. Paul, talk to me about episode 11, and also, is there anything that you loved as like a sense of like a translation that you think could have come from the game into this, or is there any specific moments you want to talk about in depth?
Now I'm trying to remember what happened specifically in each episode, but no, I specifically really like everything with Pike facing Vox Machina. And now I know what happens in the last episode, and I know what we're thinking about what may happen in the next season as well. I do like I like a series that can commit to a death, and I also equally like a series that can commit to a heel turn. And I'm not saying that this is it, but I like that they've at least teased it or doing it, or brought a genuine reason for one,
Yeah, because like in other series where the goodie turns a baddie, you're like, they're going to be fine at the end of the episode. We know it, but there was a point in this episode while Vox Machina were fighting Pike. where I'm like, say psych, please.
Say
Like,
uncle.
this can't be. This can't be it. No, come on, we can't be doing this. The writing flowed so well. Despite your feelings about how Pike's arc has been handled, I think they have delivered it. They've delivered it in a very clever and very succinct way.
I'm trying
visually and narratively.
I'm trying to imagine how that plays out in an actual game of D&D. I'm sure it happens from time to time.
Yes,
but if you are if you are a team and then one member turns against you, do you go full throttle against them?
Do you go Pierce
I could use so many examples. I mean, like, there's examples I've had in actual play. There's examples in film and television I can give you that it's like those moments. The one that immediately springs to mind, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, where Jack Sparrow picks up the handful of coins and he drops them, and keeps one. That is a moment in D&D where someone goes, I'm going to keep one in my hand to either fuck with the rest of the players or fuck with the baddie, see how it plays out. You could have the moment that's kind of being portrayed within the series of they're a team, they're a cohesive unit, but the DM has gone, I can see that this player specifically, if I get them on their own and force them into an RP scenario where they have to make a decision, they have to make a choice, I can force their hand.
Because this is the thing about like D&D, which is what probably gravitates, for me as a actor myself and creative person myself. Like, you're in character. You don't do what you would do. You do what the character would do. And if the character has a certain motivation or a certain response to a certain situation, you have to follow that, even if it goes against. I don't think Ashley Johnson is going to be like, I want to fuck over and fight the team, but Pike does. So you've got to go with it. And that's what's so cool about the whole concept and what why I think we're going to have a great time when we do play it, folks, eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a knife edge, because obviously, like, you need a good strong group. You need a group that trusts each other for you to go into PvP, like player versus player scenarios. And they're a really good tight knit group, and you can tell. Obviously the fan base does blow things out of proportion, as any fan base will do. But they're a good group, and I think they've translated this very well. I do not think this happened in the actual play at all, but the fact they've made it work and feel so rewarding is brilliant. I mean, to sort of like go back on what you're saying, Craig, like you can certainly have those moments where, like, above the table you can go, guys, I think I need to do this, and everyone's going to go, oh, don't do it. You're going to ruin the adventure. But you're like, there are times where, as the DM, you're sitting there and you are dangling that little temptation above a player, and you keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until something gives. And 9 times out of 10, it's always very narratively rewarding. Paul, goodbye, Paul, with his fingers up.
Was Pike having the... Oh, wait. Hang on. What's the song? The sword called?
Myth Carver.
Myth Carver. I was going to say Myth Scratcher, but Myth Carver. Myth Carver and the gauntlets of largeness. Her having both... I know Grog had them, and she actually was teased wearing them earlier in the season. Do you think her having both was like a way of, like, sort of
equalizing
the power scaling a bit to sort of make it like she could take on the rest of the team, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like she's got end game items here. It's like she's rocking up in a full plate of Daedric armor, fighting just like level 10s with their steel armor. That's it had to level the playing field. You've got there's the wonderful thing of action economy in D&D. If there's more of you than of them, the more of you will win, unless you bend the rules. She's got 3 legendary items from heroes of long past: the Titanstone Knuckles, the Plate of the Dawn Martyr, and then Myth Carver. She needs those to level the playing field. And I think they did such a good job of portraying that scaling in power. It worked. It worked so well. And the fact that they had to go, we can't kill her. We can restrain her, but we can't kill her.
Mm-hmm.
What
it was very tense.
Was remind me, was the bubble moment and Grog in this episode?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. That was a brilliant moment. Because that's the one moment in this episode where you think, okay, now the hero snaps back out of it. The friend's back. Mm-hmm. Everything's peachy. It's all good. No, she keeps them trapped in the holy bubble.
The holy bubble,
not
or the unholy bubble, as it becomes.
Not that the bubble has holes in it. That it was a bubble of generally holy power, but it's in an unholy place. It's an agnostic bubble. But
to quote a perfectly designed character, George Lucas, it was just real evil.
Real evil, yeah.
Real evil.
Jar Jar is the key to all this. But
he is.
Yes.
I've made a huge mistake. Craig, to come to you, I think one of my standout moments in the series as a whole is Grog in this episode, in episode 11, and everything that he was saying toward Pike. First of all, Travis Willingham.
Oh, yes.
Very good performance.
Yes.
Grog, the comedy character, not a lot of development really with him. I think they gave him a lovely moment to shine here.
Yes, 100%.
Talk me through this moment as he's talking to Pike.
Well, I think first of all, he obviously comes back as well, which was the kind of big shock for I think everyone, was that he actually was going to come back, and it was not just like be for a moment or for a fleeting moment or a mayfly kind of situation. For now, yeah. I'm still a bit like he could. What has been given can be taken away. I think is
hashtag Josef lied. Yeah. Josef lied.
Hashtag cancel Joseph. So I think like having him back first of all was like a big shock, and then I think what I loved about it though was that it was necessary for the story. It was because he's the only one who can get through to her, and can because he has experienced the loss as well, and obviously he wasn't Wilhelm's. Is that his name? Wilhelm. He wasn't his like blood, but he became his found family. He was like a surrogate kind of dad or grandfather to him. So
yeah, he may not have been his father, but he was his daddy.
Exactly. Yondu, R.I.P.
Words I live by.
Exactly. No, so like I think it was great that it wasn't just a case of we're just going to bring him back because it's he's a fan favorite character. We can't kill him. We can't kill him. It was necessary to bring him back for the story and for Pike's journey, and to kind of make her kind of come back to the light enough to go and take on the big bad and kind of keep the try their best to try and save the realm from him. So yeah, I think I really enjoyed Travis's performance as well. I think he did a really good job because it's a very difficult thing to do with that character because he is very can be seen as one note and quite limited in terms of development. But when he does give that performance, it is very much a case of this is what the character's for as well. This is kind of emotional heart of the show.
I actually think this might be Grog's best season too.
Fair.
Yes.
Because he's had that fun moment with the brain juice. He's had that moment with Willem Dafoe dying, and then there's the whole point before he was killed, like he wouldn't have wanted this, remember who you are kind of thing, and then seeing the friends being trapped and like being like, what are you doing? Like, come on, this isn't you. And then them having to fight it. It's just like, this isn't the way, yo. So
he's such heartfelt stuff from him. Really, really heartfelt. And it works so well to the character. I realize that we've now jumped, that like this happens in the last episode, all of this stuff. We've missed out the raced to the tower in episode 11.
Is that the next episode? Okay, never mind.
Yes, so episode 12 is when all that happens.
I wanted to talk about the race to the tower, though. That was a
okay.
Yes, please.
Jumping,
yes.
Jumping back. Yeah, so race to the tower. The heavy metal doom style music. God damn, that was fucking brilliant. The fact that you had the Critical Role logo as a lens flare when he shot all of the skulls out of the tower, brilliant. As like a big set piece action, I loved it. There was not a dull moment in it. It was tense. You were on edge. You were constantly expecting something to go wrong, and we had a sensational fake out in this sequence.
That was good.
The first of three,
Craig.
by the way. The first of three fake outs.
Craig, the first of three
for the
fake
same
outs.
character.
Talk to me about this fake out, Craig. How did you feel?
I didn't believe the first one. I didn't believe the first fake out.
You didn't believe it?
No.
Ah.
I was convinced that it was a ploy because I didn't think it would happen that way if it was going to happen. I actually, at this point, though, because of your lies, Joseph, didn't think it was going to happen at all. I will say. So he did fool me, folks. As did Critical Role themselves, of course, and the team. They fooled me hook, like, and sinker for sure. But no, I didn't believe the first one. I was for sure thinking, nah, this isn't the end of Vax at this point. This is part of their plan. Good acting from Keyleth on this part though, because she obviously was giving quite a convincing performance there. But yeah, that whole bit though, that whole sequence was just absolutely nuts. Like the choreography, the action, the animation, everything in that whole bit.
The animation was. I rewound it twice.
Oh yeah.
The reason I didn't finish the episodes in the train is because I rewound it like twice to watch it again.
Yeah.
It was the lead up by the big hulking juggernaut undead dude. The throw of the spike was like top tier anime level of throw. The sort of black and white still sort of shot as it pierced the body, brilliant. Marisha's acting for Keyleth, it sold that. It sold it against the bad guys, and quite frankly, it sold it against me.
Wow.
I was convinced.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, wait, no, that doesn't. That's not how that happens. Just completely forgetting everything. Paul, were you convinced, or were you duped by the moment?
I had thought he'd been stabbed, but I didn't think he'd died. I thought he'd been pierced, and I was like, that's odd. He's usually a lot quicker than that. But also, he's wearing his magic armor in the realm that makes it stronger. So I'm like, yeah, he's not dead. Not a Scooby-Doo is he dead. So I'm a bit of in between, I guess, of being faked out on that.
Also, just the speedster stuff there as well, like him just blipping about and fighting, but that whole bit of choreography was just fucking love that. And then man. Gutting.
And then
yeah. Sorry, I've made. Continue, Paul.
And then there was obviously the fight between all of them when they sort of come down. And they find out Beastmaster's dead, and then there's the bard. Basically, what was it? Percy. That's it. Yeah, it's like surprise, motherfucker! Like stabs him with a holy dagger, and then who is it that gets the priestess?
It's Vexalia that gets the priestess.
That's yeah. She does. I liked that moment because obviously you would. I wouldn't have expected those weapons to work for them, I guess, but I'm like fine for it that they do. It's not an issue, yeah.
It works. Fun little tidbits about this whole sequence. In the show, this Tharmfala was in the Shadowfell, a sort of weird, dark, twisted version of the material plane. Ignoring Paul, the Shadowfell is kind of like a twisted upside down version of reality.
Joseph, I know what you're doing.
Same.
I've known what you're doing this whole season. By the way, I've kept it quiet, but because I don't know if Paul was picking up on it too. But I know what's happening here. I know
You get it.
I know who the big bad is now.
You get it.
It's okay.
Legally distinct.
Legally
distinct.
We'll talk about it at the end. But yes,
we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
So, and for the reason I'm pointing this out is because the Shadowfell, I believe, is within D&D lore. I think it's the domain of the Raven Queen,
right?
Who the Matron of Ravens is a totally legally distinct version of. Yes. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Many people on other voice acting gigs like to do that. I don't know why I brought that up. I find it very satisfying the way they explained Vax's power, like power spike in this, being like, this is the going into the matron's domain, which leads me to think if they're implying what I think they're implying, given the ritual and given the person that you can't remember, that gives me more credence as to that thing. But we're going to gloss over that for a moment, because we've already spoken about Pike's heel turn. We've already spoken about the fake out of Vax, the all of that leading up to that culmination of the fight atop the tower with Delilah, with the ritual.
Finish the ritual, Delilah. Finish the ritual.
Paul, we'll come to you first. We'll talk about episode 12, The Ascension. Run me through this. Run me through what is happening.
So, our heroes have fought their way to the tower, whereas we have a very personal fight with Pike. We reach to the tippity top, and there's a wizard, a very powerful wizard, is trying to become a god, and Delilah is, I'm getting a sense, is going to be a constant thorn in our sides.
She's dead now, right? She's dead. She has to be dead now, surely. I
get a funny feeling.
I don't know.
There was a line. That Vex said. It was just like, or Vax said that now stay dead this time, and I'm like, I feel like you're not dead because you've said that now. That's just my personal thoughts on that.
Paul, to borrow things and add fuel to your suspicious fire, and remember, I could be lying, I could be telling the truth. The dark side of the Force is no, that's Alec Guinness. Sorry.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Yes,
she might be back. What do you think could happen if she isn't dead? If she comes back,
she does come back. She'll be like the crazy witch that we met earlier on.
The lieutenant. Ooh. She'll be the lieutenant to the Whispered One. I think if she was to come back. She just pick up where she left off.
Could you see the promise that the Whispered One given her doesn't come to fruition, and could you see her joining Vox Machina?
100%.
I mean, that would be interesting. Why would they trust her though? Why would they even entertain that, given all she's done? Is it just because of the
enemy of my enemy?
A marriage of convenience sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
A marriage of convenience, yes. I mean, I will neither confirm nor deny if that's what happens, but if I was a viewer watching this for the first time, that is a thought I would have with this series at the point. If I was under the suspicion that she'd be coming back after dying.
Yes, that's my whole thought process. You've laid it out bare, Joseph.
For those of you in the comments down below, tell me, what do you think could happen if Delilah could join Vox Machina going into season 5? Keeping it spoiler-free. Thank you very much.
I think if she does come back, it'll be through our little witch friend, for some reason.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
Fantastic.
They're linked in some way. She had her down there for a reason.
Like a Horcrux type situation.
A Horcrux, but I don't know. There's something there. Yeah,
Legally
yeah.
distinct.
Legally distinct.
Horcrux.
A crux whore. Oh no, that's something else. But the
I would actually like to laud that opinion there. That's a really good theory. I really like that one, genuinely.
Paul's had a couple this season, I must admit.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm good with the old D&D opinions.
You guys have been really on point with a lot of your predictions as well. Not like in a it's like a really telegraphed narrative, but like you guys have been really on the ball with some predictions.
Mm-hmm. Better than Mighty Nine, like, that's for sure. Mighty Nine we didn't get.
Better than Mighty Nine. This is like more like your pulp, heroic fantasy sort of stuff, and the beats can be a little bit more cliche, but you've been so on point, and I'm like, damn, this is really. But I think that also like shows credence to like how well written this show is. That you can kind of predict it, but it doesn't feel unrewarded or like undeserved. You know?
Yeah. Fair.
The entire fight at the top of Tharmfala, the tower there, as we see the ritual. Craig, the fight that we see with Delilah, she gets stabbed, and the ritual's taking place in the background. You said you were clued in as to what I had been hinting at.
Mm-hmm.
Please, what had I been hinting at?
That the whispered one is Vecna.
Ding fucking ding.
Vecna has a big
Ding.
big D&D bad.
Big D&D bad Vecna. The whispered one.
He's not bloody Vecna, is he?
Yes, the whispered one is Vecna, Paul.
Wow. He's the guy from that.
Don't you fucking dare.
The old
Jamie Campbell Bauer.
Why didn't they get Jamie Campbell? That's the title. They never got Jamie Campbell Bauer. That's the clickbait title.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting that on.
So, Craig, for you, this casting of Andy Serkis, you already guessed he's the big bad.
Yes.
You alluded to that. Tell me your thoughts and feelings about that. Do we think this is the right casting? Do we think this is the best? Like, going and talk to me more about not just the casting, but about the changes in vocality from Andy Serkis. Talk to me about this performance that he gives.
Hell yeah, it's the right casting. Of course it's the right casting. We know Andy Serkis. We know what he's capable of. He is without a doubt one of the most, I would say, underrated actors of his generation. Like genuinely. Like he's got more recognition, I think, as time has gone on. But he's kind of been seen as like a very kind of that he's that guy. For his whole career, he's that guy. He's the guy that does the mocap. He's the guy that does this. He does that.
Yeah,
he's the guy that does the South African accent.
Yes, not to be confused with Paul Stirrett when he's trying to do I don't know, Geordie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Come on, Ultron. Come on, Ultron. We've got to get the vibranium.
Oh my god.
That's more Scottish than your Andrew impression, Paul. That's more Scottish than fucking. And you're Scottish.
There's the clip. Oh, good lord. Oh god.
Fuck me. Okay, yeah. So he's that guy. Craig, please to say.
I'll try and get back on track. He's that guy. You know, he's been seen as that guy for his whole career, and I think he's underestimated a lot. And I think he is a very, very. I mean, we saw it in Andor. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's a very experienced actor. He's a classically trained actor. He's been on stage, in his youth. And, he is one of those guys, and his voice is so distinct. And I think that he can, but he's also very good at changing his voice as well, and that's been seen a lot in his performances.
His voice work is on.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best. I think he's like in the top 3 of like actors working right now who have got superb mastery of their vocal cords.
Yes.
He is like what he's doing technically. Quite frankly, if I'm ever able to do that, it is going to be a snowball's chance in hell. I know for a fact I'm never going to be that talented. He's on a level that some only dream of getting to. It's unreal.
Which is why he's the perfect choice
What?
to play this kind of villain.
Yeah.
One day, Andy Serkis is going to be going, damn, I wish I could do a Boone. You mark my words. You mark my words.
No, Paul. One day Andy Serkis is going to say, damn, I wish I was on the With Mates podcast. That's what he's going to be saying. Andy, reach out if you're listening. He will never hear this.
He might. I'll clip it.
He might. One day. We'll clip it. We'll send it to him.
Yeah.
We'll get him on the D&D.
We'll get him on the D&D. We'll get him on the D&D, Paul. Andy, your first hit's free, Paul. The cheat.
Oh dear.
I've lost you.
There's a character called Smack. You'll love it.
There's a character you'll love to play Smack. Don't worry, we'll give you the character bio, Andy. It'll be great. The transformation from Gideon into the Whispered One, I thought the animation around that was beautiful, stellar work. The fact of like him, the way he transformed physically, I was constantly, maybe almost metagamingly, waiting for something to happen to his eye and happen to his hand, because within D&D lore there are 2 powerful artifacts of Vecna. Vecna's hand and Vecna's eye. Vecna's eye, they're essentially, originally they were magical artifacts who were inspired by a book written by J.D. Vance,
Not
the
vice president of the
Really?
United States.
Is it? No, it's not J.D. Vance. God, it's not J. Hold on. No, it's Ed Vance. Sorry. Not J.D. Vance. Ed Vance. Ed Vance.
Thanks, JD.
Fuck. Thanks, JD.
Thanks for the hand. Thanks for the
Vecna's
eye.
got the most powerful artifacts.
We're gonna make
anyway.
the upside down great
Gonna make
again.
the upside down great again.
We're gonna make the upside down right side up again.
You're not gonna believe it. It's gonna be amazing.
Not gonna believe it. I looked at Vecna and I said, "Wow, Vecna, you're powerful."
Beautiful guy.
Fuck.
Lovely
Back
stuff.
on track. Anyway, 2 powerful artifacts. I was waiting for it to happen. It didn't happen. We got Vecna in like his like cool wizard form. Really fucking cool. He was doing wizard shit. Shouting back, like harkening back to the Mighty Nine episodes where Craig was like, "Man, wizards kick ass. Wizards are terrifying. Why are wizards so evil?" Craig, this is why wizards are evil. When I was like alluding to like wizards are great bad guys, this is why wizards are great bad guys. Vecna has been one of the best bad guys. In my opinion, Acerak is one of the best bad guys. Shout out to him. Tomb of Horrors. If you know, you know. This is why wizards fuck. They fuck hard. They are showmen. They are all about showboating, as we see in that fight.
Oh, dragons, you might think you're a villain, but there's one thing you're lacking that makes you a super villain. Presentation!
And presentation the Whispered One has, quite literally. We'll jump to that in a moment, but are we calling it the second fake out, Craig? The second fake out of the episode?
Second fake out.
Yeah. we see Keyleth go fucking badass.
Oh yes.
In this moment,
Yes.
but not before Vax commits. He's like, I'm going to fulfill my destiny. Run me through your emotions with this, blow by blow, sword stab to sword stab.
This is the one where I was like, this is it. He's going to sacrifice himself. This is what it's all been leading towards. It's going to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to die. He'll fulfill his destiny. He'll die. Vecna's going to die. Obviously, this one. He's going to die. And it's all going to play out the way that it was fated to be by the Matron of Ravens. So yeah, I bought this one. I did buy this one, and I also bought. Yep. I also bought the fake out, the double fake out, as it were, where Keela comes in and no, fuck fate, we're not going to do this, and we're going to save you instead, because this is the show. This is not the campaign. He's not going to die, not now.
Yeah.
This is and different.
Then you look down at your playhead and you realize there was still 12 minutes left in the episode.
Oh,
there's a season 5 coming.
But yeah.
So that entire moment, it was beautiful, utterly beautiful,
yes.
And the way the scripting in it, gorgeous. The performance was gripping, and the moment where she stabs Vecna, Whispered One, Gideon, whatever you want to call him, as he's slowly becoming more and more Mark Hamill. It sold you. It sold you on that fake out moment. Paul, were you the same? Did you buy it? Did you buy this moment as the end?
Pretty much, because I felt like it's very Vox Machina to be like, we fuck shit up, and fuck fate, and we're gonna do this, like we're gonna outsmart the Raven mistress, and we're gonna do it. And so like somebody else stabs him, and then when we're out of here, we're gonna give Vax the super flower potion,
the super juice,
the flower juice.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be hunky dory. And I was kind of edging towards, yeah, I guess that's fine. And I'd even had that, what you'd said about Vax, hanging in the back of my head with, and you're like, I think it might be, they've gone in a different direction. It's Grog. And I'm like, are they going with Vax? Or and I was kind of like, are they just cowering out of this? Like, is it like, are they not committing to something? Because before we were going like, oh, it looks like a couple of these characters might be gone, and we've now gone to everyone's back. And I was like, am I watching Invincible? Is that what's happening? And then,
I remembered you were watching a better show.
Yes, and things took a turn. But I was probably quite well convinced.
You take a turn, they certainly did, Paul. I love a rush from the tower. I love the temple is collapsing, the boulders rolling. We need to get out of Dodge really quick. I think that sequence of them flying out through the portal was just it felt like the adventure's over. We need to get out, and the credits will roll once they did. And I felt that. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. This is it. This is it. Obviously, trying to watch it as a viewer who doesn't know what's going on. They burst out, top of the cigarette. There's, okay, this has happened. We're here. We're all back. We're safe. And then we hear Andy Serkis. We hear him being like, thank you for playing your parts so beautifully. And he begins grandstanding.
Yes.
Like Syndrome, they have him monologuing, and it is a fucking good monologue.
He's Andy Serkis, of course. It's a good monologue.
He's Andy Serkis, yeah. He gets them. He deserves them. Quite frankly, it should be written in his contract. Folk like The Rock can't lose a fight. Grow up. Folk like Andy Serkis, they need to monologue because it deserve it. The fact that he projects this whole speech to Exandria, as he has the it's like, it would be like Thanos like live streaming kicking the cunts out of the Avengers. Like that's what happened here. And he gets them to subjugate themselves to him.
in front of it,
He
in
has
front
them
of
in the palm of his
everybody.
hand. In front
There's
of
no hope now. Your
everyone.
heroes are done.
No hope now. Your heroes are done. They're shit. I win. I am in command. And I love how he just explained his plan. And he's like, I had you think I didn't have backups? I've had 500, you usually get the whole, I've had 500 years to plan, and here's my plan. There's only one avenue. And oh, drat, you foiled it.
Yeah.
This is how you write a fantastic overarching villain. And there's not enough props going to Matthew Mercer for this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's an eloquently written.
That's actually, can I just say, Joseph, that's a very good point. How often have we even mentioned Matt Mercer on this podcast for the last 4 weeks? Like, to be fair,
Yes.
and that's a shame, because this is his baby in terms of the lore of this world and all this sort of thing. I think for me the whole fact that he was also talking, I think, to us as well, in the sense of, did you really think it was going to be that simple? Which I quite liked.
Yes.
Like, I really like the fact that, come on, I've had 500 years, mate. Do you not think I've had this and that? And like, it's never going to be that simple. I loved it.
Yeah. It was, I have been playing you before you even suspected I was playing you.
Yeah, because of course, if somebody's been planning for 500 years, they're not going to be undone in a single episode, are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was great.
Speaking of someone who's been planning for 500 years, Paul, you have something to say.
So, what, and I would plan 500 years, and I would plan, no,
That's all we can do.
what is, the Whispered One now? I know it was an ascension to godhood. Is that way achieved? Because the whole you destroyed my body was the last thing I needed is very lichy. It was very lichy of him. So is he like a super lich? Is he like a god lich?
He's a god. I think his classification is an arch lich.
An arch lich.
Within the game, essentially like the most powerful a lich can be.
Right, okay.
Where they transcend their body and kind of just become this thing. And then they can materialize a body. The definition does change within the game multiple times across the editions. If I remember correctly, I think at this point he was in the campaign. I think he had just become a full lich, this arch-lich entity, and that he was like still on the path to godhood. And I think they've expedited some things. Here now, I believe he would be a lesser deity. He is not, because they've talked about prime deities, people like the Matron of Ravens, people like the Everlight and Pelor and the Platinum Dragon and all these big gods. It's like the big gods. I think he's like a lesser one, like potentially the Traveler is. But whereas the Traveler has got the power of one follower, the Whispered One has the power of like thousands of followers. Whereas like someone like the Matron of Ravens has like millions of followers. And that's the whole thing about faith, and the fact they are using faith as a key to the divine power within this world. They're already showing it in the Mighty Nine with the Traveler, and the fact they're really keying into it as like this cornerstone of how faith works within this world, similar to how it works in D&D and the Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk and places like that. It's just a lovely way of explaining it all. And they could kill him by killing all of the followers, as long as you are forgotten the last time someone utters your name. That's how kind of the gods work, as far as I understand it. But I don't think Vox Machina have that now. So I ask you, gentlemen, if you were in Vox Machina's place, would you have bended the knee?
Oh,
I'd have
good question.
told him to kiss my ass.
Craig?
I think I would have done, but in the sense of that live to fight another day. It's the only way at this point in time. You've got to be pragmatic about it, and you've got to. You're not going to do anything if you're dead, are you? You're not going to save the world if you're dead. So you've got to kind of do as you're told for that moment.
Yeah, you're not going to save the world if you're dead.
It's
a very good point, Craig.
They all bended the knee to save Vax, and Vax was the only one that said, "Screw you."
I was fuck you. I think it was. He said,
I think it was it get fucked actually.
Get fucked? Yeah, there was an expletive. Very Vax, very Liam O'Brien, who's giving. They're all giving fantastic performances. So Craig,
yes,
living to fight another day, because obviously you have been the most up in arms about this. The disintegrate spell, when it reduces a creature to 0 hit points, dissolves them into dust, leaving no body to resurrect.
Yes. We've heard this before.
What's happened to Vax?
We've heard this before,
What's
Joseph.
happened to Vax?
We don't trust
What's
you anymore,
happened to
Joseph.
Vax, Craig? What's happened to Vax? Tell me.
I think. Come on, he's got to be dead now, right? That's got to be it now. He's dead, Joseph. He's gone.
Did you hear about Vax who tried to go to the disco? He had no body to go with.
What is it?
Shut up.
Purple.
Shut up.
It's too late for this nonsense.
Shut up.
No, like I don't know Joseph anymore, because obviously the rules are now like, because obviously Grog came back, so anything's kind of possible, isn't it? But
so to pull the veil back here, Craig. This is kind of like story beat within the campaign. This is where Vax was disintegrated. The top of the I believe it's the top of the tower. I think I might have gotten that wrong last time because I'm fallible and I can be wrong and I forget things a lot. But with everything they've changed and everything they're tweaking it and rewriting and weaving into this cohesive narrative, I now do not know where we stand with Vax'ildan.
But he died in the campaign. He died.
Oh yes, I think he died. They all died multiple times. I think he was eaten by a kraken at one point. In the campaign, but they've all died and they've all been brought back. That's why Pike is such a fantastic cleric, because she just goes, bang, you're back. There we go, big defib. Which is why her whole character arc is so interesting to me, because they've not really focused on revival magic within this series. They've not broached it. So I'm now wondering if that aspect doesn't exist in this world. And revival is a domain of the gods only.
May I have a hot take?
Yeah.
Keep them dead. It gives that. And come at me in the comments. Keep him.
Oh no.
Keep him dead.
Keep him dead.
Because I think it provides the best motivation for all the characters going into the final season. I know they don't need much motivation to fight this villain, but for me, you know, with your kind of one of your mainstays in the group dying, I think it gives a very great platform for this final season for us as well, for a satisfying let's get him, let's fucking get him, okay, for what he did to us type thing. You know, I mean, as returning viewers and listeners know, I like a good death, and I like people to stay dead when they die, because I think it's better for a story, and it means that you can't go back on things, you know, and flip-flop.
Seconded.
I think Paul's the same.
You wouldn't like at the top of season 5 for a character to be played by Oscar Isaac, and they say somehow Vax'ildan returned.
I wouldn't like that, Joseph.
You wouldn't want that.
No, I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't like that.
I would like Oscar
Okay.
Isaac to voice his character, but I would not like that.
Oh yeah, you would do it so well. So unrelated, Craig, do you know? Did I tell you how Critical Role started? How their game started. When you first got into D&D and you were asking me all your questions.
Was it not Liam O'Brien wanted to play and Matt Mercer made a game for him?
For his birthday.
For his birthday, yes.
It was a one-shot for his birthday, and they were like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
And then him and Sam Riegel he essentially chose Sam Riegel's character for him. He fleshed it out, and then the rest is history. I think I don't know about you, but I think that, given that and given Vax's death and given Vax, I think that's a really good motivation. Vax'ildan as a character is great motivation for characters to strive to fight on, to change the world, to try and conquer unknown things. Because when you're fighting gods and entities from other worlds and storming the castle that could span space and time, or
that's it,
interrupting fates and threads of destiny.
That's it. I don't think he's dead. You've convinced me. I think he's a raven person now. I don't know I don't think he's the matron, but he's like, she's the matron of ravens, so he's one of our ravens, whatever. That's like her equivalent of an angel or something. That's what he is.
Oh, so he becomes like a celestial in servitude to her even.
Sure.
That's interesting.
I'm calling it a raven angel, but yes,
a raven angel.
Yeah, a rangel.
A rangel. Craig thinks Vax'ildan is dead.
And wants him
Paul
to be.
thinks he's going to come back as an angel. Genuinely, at this point, I don't know, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I have my own thoughts and my own theories, but I won't share them with you two.
Fair.
If you want to know, DM me. Shoot me a line on Instagram. I'll chat to you about it. Maybe if I open Instagram.
Yeah, I was waiting to say, when have you ever been on Instagram, Joseph?
I was on it recently.
I tag you in every post, and you have yet to share a single thing.
I know you do, and then I look at later, and I don't like Instagram. I don't like it.
None of us
goodbye,
like
Paul,
it.
because
but we have to do it.
Do we have any thoughts about the way the series ended? Do we have any thoughts about where it's going? As we kind of round off our discussion about it. Where do we think it's going, gentlemen? Paul, we'll come to you first.
I am curious to see how Andy Serkis's what is his name? Is his god name the Whispered One still?
The Whispered One.
The Whispered One. Okay.
Because he can't be called Gideon.
Yeah,
he can't. That's not a god name, man. He can't.
Gideon.
So he will be known. So what they've kind of done is they have done their. So Matt has titled his gods as well. So the goddess of knowledge, Ayun, in lore, he has called her Ayun, the knowing mistress, and they've been able to change it. So she's like the knowing mistress. That's their legally distinct version. Melora, the wild mother. That's her title, so they just stripped Melora. It's legalese. You can't use those things. So, because that's what they've been calling the gods by their titles, I think he's now going to be just known as the Whispered One.
Okay, the Whispered One. I think I'm curious to see where because it was very much broadcasting to everyone, but you're saying he's like a lesser deity, perhaps. And
still a god.
Still a god.
I think from what I got from that, they've clearly telegraphed that the ritual was a success, and he is now a god.
Right. So I'm curious to see how his being in the world affects A, the world, and B, the other gods. And how I'm assuming broadcasting it to everyone, because everyone loves TV. It's obviously going to get him fans and followers. And subscribing to his
YouTube channel,
his only lich, but but
hashtag 2, the Whispered One.
Hashtag show them lich feet. No, that was a thought that meant to stay inside the head. The
But my slightly more interesting prediction, perhaps, is that I think we're going to look at. I think you're right. I think we're going to perhaps isolate Pike for a while or exclude her out. We were a bit too. It was all. Everything was just happening too quickly. It was, you're safe. You're back with us, but you've kind of royally f***ed us over now. So, we're not like talking to you or not happy with you. I think that's fully, but I think she will gain favor again and make it up. I think perhaps what's going to happen is either, I haven't decided which one yet, but it's either going to be Vex or Keela that has a bit of a heel turn. Keyleth.
Every week.
Every week. He's so Taryon Darrington. I like that prediction, Paul. That seems like a really, I really like that prediction. Really like that.
One of them.
Any advances? Any different predictions?
For me, I think he's right about Pike. I think she'll be excluded to begin with, and it will be a case of them coming back together as a team first and foremost for the early parts of the season before they then go on and defeat the big bad, as I assume they will at the end of the season. I imagine Scanlan will come back to the fold because of Vax dying. I think that will be the impetus for him to come back and rejoin the group to kind of fight the good fight. I think that'll be a big motivation for him coming back. I think there'll be a slight time jump. I've got a funny feeling that there'll be like a couple of months or so, or a few months, where we'll kind of see the effects of the Whispered One's rule over the realm type thing and the way things are, and perhaps Vox Machina has given up a wee bit and don't know what to do with themselves, and everyone's kind of having their own little moment of like lack of faith in what they need to do, and then they'll eventually come back together, and it will be the big rock and roll finish that we want from this show. But I do hope, and I still maintain that I think Vax should stay gone.
Is there anything that you would, for both of you, is there anything that would surprise you about any like twists and turns that could happen? Is there anything like out of left field that could happen?
I think that Witch is going to come back into it and steal all of our hearts. And
the creepy little witch in the base of the castle.
I think she'll become a fan favorite.
Okay.
And again,
Paul
maybe
mentions her a few times.
I think Delilah is possibly coming back in this season. Maybe not this one, but definitely coming back. Maybe through her, but the witch is definitely coming. And I think Taryon will be a unexpected source of safety in the times of the Whispered One.
That's a good idea. Maybe they're all going to live with Taryon while they're moping about and feeling sorry for themselves.
So he becomes almost like a freedom fighter sort of type deal, or like a safe house, or like an underground network sort of thing.
Like that's
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Both really cool out of left field thing. Craig, have you got any like wild predictions?
Wild predictions.
Anything at all? I
think that obviously based on the kind of knowledge that me and Joseph have about who the woman could be that the Whispered One was in love with and who she may be, I think they might be doing a little twist with that some way, shape or form, and I think it could pan out in a very interesting way, and then perhaps she could be brought in as a bigger bad, and maybe I don't know, or she could, like, maybe the Whispered One, might be set up as something, and then he turns into something else. There's some. I don't think it's going to be as simple as like he is evil and that's it. I think we're going to get more of his motivations and maybe kind of see where that's going to come from in a bit more detail, because we got a bit of it in this season, but obviously it was from the perspective of he's manipulating. I'd like to know what the actual truth is about that.
You think I'm bad? Wait till you see my wife. That kind of whole deal. Like,
I just think that
Maybe.
I just think there's that this person, whatever she's become, might come into it in a big way and be a big like factor in the ending. Is what I'm meaning.
Well, that could see that would be really cool because that could come into like the purview of the campaign or the story or the purvan of the campaign. We don't know. I've got a wild prediction here.
Cool.
With how they're changing with the mention of Xerxes.
Oh yeah.
Because I genuinely do not know. I'm hand to heart. I do not know if Vax is coming back or not. If he does, and they fully lean into like the whole
Raven Angel
sealed Raven Angel, champion of the Matron of Ravens. Once you kill the Whispered One, that is it. No resurrections, not this time. I think the Matron of Ravens is going to play a bigger role in the climax of the show. And I think it's going to be not just like heroes versus a lesser god. I think there's going to be another godly influence. And I think it's going to be champion versus champion. I think they're going to bring back Xerxes.
That's what I was just about to say.
To fight as a champion of the Whispered One.
Yeah.
And if they do that, I'm going to pop off so fucking hard. I'm going to pop off so fucking hard. That'll be so god. I want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
When
it would be.
When was the last time we saw Xerxes?
It was last season? I think when they went to hell to get the plate of the Dawn Martyr.
So it was. Yes, I
For
remember
them to
when
fight
they were in
Thordak.
hell. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good shout.
Yeah. So there we go. As we round things off, we've done our predictions. Can everyone in the comments let us know what your predictions are? Spoiler free, please. Please kind of keep it spoiler free in the comments down below. Leave us your thoughts of the series. And what we'd also like to know is, how are you rating this on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the worst, 10 being the absolute best. For me...
Okay. Here we go. Moment of truth.
For me, this series was not a 10 out of 10. But these last 3 episodes have brought it about as close as it can be to a 10 out of 10. It's like dithering on a 9.75 for me, but in purposes of fairness, I'm going to round it up. This has been a 10 out of 10 series for me.
Woo!
Genuinely, wholeheartedly, 10 out of 10. Craig, do you join me up there in the upper echelons of merriment?
Oh, you know
Would
I
you
do,
witness?
Joseph. You know I do. And anyone who follows me on social media also knows that I do, because I gave a spoiler of what my score was going to be for this show, because I was that fucking excited after watching these 3 episodes. This is a 10 out of 10 show, like Mighty 9. We are eating well, folks. I gave it Mighty 9 10 out of 10 as well, and I think this is 10 out of 10 as just as much. I love this season. I think it actually might be my favourite season of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Is it so for you, Craig? Someone who was like, well, I'll ask you both this as well. You loved Mighty 9.
Yes, I did.
You were so on board with it. Is The Legend of Vox Machina right now, as both series stand, still incomplete? Is it better than Mighty 9 for you?
I think for me, this season of Vox Machina was better than season 1 of Mighty 9. By a fraction.
Okay.
But because I still maintain that the Caleb episode of the Mighty 9 is the best animated thing I've ever watched. That is in its own tier. That is it. That is untouchable at this point in time. That still remains the best episode I've seen of any of the shows. But I think as a whole, this season of Vox Machina has been the strongest that they've done on both shows.
Solid, yeah. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Paul, Mr. Smack, the awakening of the Eldritch God of the Withmates podcast himself. You have been so like positive with this series as well. It's a new era of Mr. Smack. How are you sitting now at the end of season 4? Where are you rating it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where to place it. I really, really enjoyed it, but it's not actually about the series itself that I'm having trouble with. We've had quite a lot of good animated shows this year, and I'm wondering where I'm placing it. And I know I gave the highest rated animated show I've given this year, and I'm trying to decide whether it's as good or whatnot.
So,
can I?
what
Sorry. Can I just say?
was it?
I said
Go.
this to Andrew at the time, and this is why. By the way, Andrew Grayson has not watched Vox Machina or Mighty Nine, and he fucking needs to. And I've said this to him multiple times. If he's not watching this, he doesn't care about it. He's not on the show.
Andrew hates playing pretend.
Yeah.
He really hates
it. So this is better than Mole. Fight me. This is better than Mole. 100%.
This is my take on that. I would say perhaps the series as a whole is maybe. I need to maybe go back and watch both of them. But my gut feeling at the moment, what I'm going to say is, I think the series as a whole is maybe better than some of the episodes in Mall. But Mall had some great episodes. But the final episode in Mall is still the best. That whole escape from Vader is it's been out for ages now. Come on now. All right.
I'm going to push you for an answer, Paul.
Yeah,
out of 10.
Based on what I just said there, I think it's obviously close enough that I have to give it a 10. I can't decide on what's better.
Woo!
So I think
you don't have to. You don't have to.
We need to give it a... we need to do like a this year animated list of like what was the best one and whatnot. But
yeah, we do a little mini rank. We do mini ranks in the last catch up of the year. We could do a little mini rank. That'd be quite fun. Yeah.
Because these animated series, they're maybe equal in their 10s, but some are more equal than others, which is a reference to one of the best films that's dropped this year. So that you'll find out more about that on the With Mates movie draft, which is coming up soon, hopefully. And the results of that second half of that is going to be interesting.
Paul, I say this with the utmost love for you, but fuck you for getting an Animal Farm reference under my radar and causing me genuine emotional pain. I am going to treat you like a giant in a fairy tale would treat a normal person. I'm going to grind you up and turn you into bread. You heathen. Give me your score now.
I said I'll give it a 10. I'll give it a 10.
Give it a 10. I couldn't hear you because I was so mad at you. If you go back and watch me, you can see the moment where I stop listening when I realize you make an Animal fucking Farm reference. So, ladies and gentlemen,